What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video guys, me going over the Tower God collaboration characters and what is the best gear set to be running on each of the characters here. In this video guys, we're going to be going over the 3 collab characters being Data Zahard, Yuri Jahad, and also Bomb as well, and going over their best gear sets that you want to be running in Grand Cross. So let's hop in guys and let's actually discuss the characters. Before we actually hop into the video though, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel guys. We've been growing like a ton lately, man, and I definitely do appreciate all the support, so hit that like button, subscribe, and with that out of the way, let's actually hop in and go over each of the collab characters. Alright guys, so let's hop in and actually go over the first character being Bomb, or Jouer Viol Grace. Let me know if I'm saying that correct guys, but I'm gonna call him Bomb. So the character Bomb right here guys, he is one of the collab characters that did release, and the main way that he kind of busts the team is that he is a supportive character that's made for PvE. Now when we're talking about the best gear set for a character that is a supportive type character, we're always gonna lean towards the HP defense set, because that's the best set for tanking in Grand Cross majority of the time, right? Like there's obviously like triple defense, there's HP crit resist, HP crit defense, but generally speaking, when you are going to be using Bomb right here, an HP defense set is going to be the way to go. Now I do not have a UR gear set here guys, but this is just an example set that I took from my Roxy. HP defense, you know, you want to make sure that the top pieces and the bottom pieces are HP, and then the middle is defense if you were to swap the gear pieces. The main reason why though guys is because Bomb is a supportive type character, as I mentioned. So in PvE, applies Power Thorns on the hero for 2 turns at the start of the battle. Power Thorns is allies damage dealt 20% and damage taken -20. So because he's supporting the team, the idea is that you want the support characters to stay alive as long as possible, right? And the way you make the character stay alive as long as possible is by giving them the tanky gear set, which HP defense does you know, make a lot of sense. When the Power Thorn is removed, it removes all debuffs from allies and increases the hero's skill ranks, and then in addition, when Power Thorn is removed, it increases the allies basic stats by 20% once. So he is also providing a basic stat increase for the team that you will lose when Bomb does die. And so because of that fact right there guys, it's gonna be a given that this character is gonna be an HP defense character just to be tanking in PvE. So when you're running him on like the Demon King, or if you're running him on Final Boss, or if you're running him on, you know, like maybe OG Demon, you know, PvE HP defense is gonna be a staple. Now if you want him to do a little bit of damage along the way as well, then I definitely think you could maybe run an attack crit set, but you know, the problem is with him is that he has a buff card, so that already takes up one of his attack card slots, and he only has this card right here that is going to be a damaging card, and all it is really just lowering the enemy's defense and then scaling based off attack, which is not going to be doing a ton of damage. And so because of that guys, attack is not really a set that I would recommend. HP defense is going to be the best set right there for Bomb. Alright guys, now moving on to Yuri Jahad right here, or Yuri Zahard. My best gear set for Yuri Zahard, in my opinion guys, is going to be a HP defense set, and the reason why is because she is just like Bomb, she's a support type character. Remember that support characters are the ones that want to stay alive the longest. This is the character on your team that you will put Tarmiel Link on, because when she dies, then all the stats that she's providing, all the damage reduction, all the, you know, defense related, all of that stuff will be gone. And so you want to make sure that she stays alive, and by giving her HP defense, that helps. Now for her passive here, increases the basic stats of human allies by 5% for each human ally participating in the battle. And if the hero uses a skill, or if a human ally takes damage from a skill during the enemy turn, the enemy is afflicted with the Rose Shinsu for 4 turns. And if the hero uses a skill on an enemy at max Rose Shinsus, the enemy is afflicted with a all target skill disable, and the Rose Shinsu is going to be minus 10% damage dealt on the enemy, which is very, very strong. So you get a damage dealt lower on the enemy while increasing human allies basic stats. She has to be on an HP defense set so that she does stay alive as long as possible. And another thing too guys is that she actually is going to be boosting the allies critical resistance and critical defense by 30% as well, which is another very substantial buff that she's going to be giving to the team. Now when Yuri dies, you lose the 30% crit resistance and crit defense, and you lose the basic stats. So that's kind of the idea guys with support characters, and this goes for generally speaking with any character in Grand Cross. If they are a supportive character, you're going to want to run them on HP defense so that they stay alive as long as possible. And again, this is the exact same thing as Bomb right here. I don't have UR gear for Yuri Zahard, but it's the exact same kind of idea. So the 4 set HP and the 2 set defense, and then obviously with your basic stat rolls as per usual guys. But yeah, nothing too special with that. But yeah, I mean, that's the main reason why though, is because support characters, they need to stay alive as long as possible to keep supporting the team, and that is kind of the idea right there with support. So there is Yuri Zahard right there. In my opinion, her best set's going to be HP defense right there. Alright guys, now moving on to the final character of the collab, we got Data Zahard. Now Data Zahard is a character that, you know, is really hard to say for what you could argue is his best gear set. Now the thing is with Data Zahard, let's go over his passive real quick. I don't have his Holy Relic yet, but we'll talk about when we get to his Holy Relic. But for his passive here, applies Market Stability on the hero for 1 turn at the start of the battle. When this effect is removed, the hero does gain the Power of Shinsu effect for 1 turn, and when the Power of Shinsu effect is removed, the hero gains King's Decision effect for 5 turns, and in addition, the hero's basic stats increase by 7% for each unknown ally race participating in the battle. So the way that Data Zahard works is that he benefits from having other unknowns on the team, right? That's one thing to take note, because he's gaining 7% basic stats for having unknowns on his team. Now he is also actually giving unknown race allies damage taken minus 30 on the first turn, and then on the second turn here with Power of Shinsu, his HP will not fall below 1, and he ignores the target's critical resistance and crit defense when using single target attack skills. So that means he's going to be kind of trying to deal damage, right? That's one thing right there. And then with King's Decision right here, increases the critical damage by 1 for every 1% of HP diminished, and increases the critical chance by 100% when using all target attacks, and increases damage dealt by skill based on the rank. So 30% for rank 1, 60 for rank 2, and then 120 for rank 3. So this is a character that's really dependent on high rank skills, you know, a ton of damage, right? AoE single target based damage, and he is able to do that with his skills that he has. So he's going to be a character that you're gonna want to run on the attack crit damage set, guys. He seems like a DPS character. Generally speaking, DPSs are going to be running an attack crit set, and this is mainly because you want to get the max amount of damage. The main reason for attack crit damage over like other sets, guys, is because you want to get the 20% base attack onto the character. So, you know, having the 4 set attack right there is going to be 20% attack onto the character stats, and then also the 2 set for critical damage is going to give you 20% crit damage, which will definitely help out a lot as well when, you know, having to deal damage on enemies. And so Data Zahard being able to do a ton of damage on his single target on the Power of Shinsu, and then the AoE when he gets the King's Decision, having attack crit damage will make it so that he's able to deal a ton of damage when he does gain those buffs. Now, you know, you could argue, right, like especially on unknown team too, because of the way unknowns are, that you could run him HP defense and you can mainly run him to be kind of tanky. But the thing is, guys, he's not really providing much support for the team. He's kind of a greedy character, right? He is benefiting off the other characters, whereas they don't really benefit from him other than, you know, maybe his damage, let's say, right? So that's the thing with Data Zahard, is that you're mainly using him for the damage he's going to deal when he's on Power of Shinsu or King's Decision, not really the damage reduction effect from Market Stability, right? So not really too much right there. Now for his Holy Relic, guys, pretty much all it does is it cleanses him whenever he gets one of these effects. So whenever he gets Market Stability, Power of Shinsu, or King's Decision, he's actually going to cleanse the debuffs from himself. And that's the thing right there too, guys. Like the cleanse is pretty nice, but it's only for himself and not for the allies. So because it's only for himself, it's not going to be something that, you know, maybe you would want to run HP defense. You know, you want to run attack critical damage because he's trying to be a DPS, and that's what he's made to do. So that is pretty much the gear set recommendations I will give for the collaboration characters, guys. I mean, again, you know, it's really up to your interpretation, but my thing is, especially with support characters, you're always going to want to run them on the HP defense set, because that's the best set that's going to give them the most amount of tanking capabilities, right? When you're running these characters, you know, the max amount of tanking is going to come from an HP defense set. Now again, there are like HP crit resist, HP crit defense, and those things will come maybe when you're doing Heroes Arena and stuff, but generally speaking, when you're using the character in, you know, like just general content, you're going to want to run them on an HP defense set. Now for Data Zahard, again, he's a DPS, so he's going to want to go with the attack crit damage on the complete flip side from HP defense, because it's all about damage with this character. He has like one supportive effect, which is the unknown race allies damage taken minus 30%, but that's only on his turn 1. After turn 1, that's completely gone, and it's all about him staying alive and dealing damage, right? So all of his passive pretty much comes down to dealing a ton of damage, and so that's why Data Zahard is attack crit. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video, man. That's going to be the best gear set for the 3 collab characters right there. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man. Peace out and have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.